do I really want to talk about this show? It's a weird long talk about Nickelodeon nowadays. Like, I'm sorry to get to that point, obviously, but you know, as for don't know, yeah, we got a documentary called A Quiet on Set, which shows the real questionable details of all Nickelodeon. Well, some of these things have been known for a while. It makes sense questionable. When you actually, this one feels more details that just make watching a lot of Nickelodeon shows just very odd when you actually realize the context of everything. Like, I'm not getting into like every single detail in this video, but it makes talk about a lot of Nickelodeon shows. Really well, because honestly, if it wasn't that, I probably would have already talked about Drake and Josh right now. I definitely do plan on doing Drake and Josh in the future, but saying you know I'm the Drake Bell and everything, yeah. That's what I mean. Then I come this show, so you know what happens to one of the actresses, and like you really do feel bad for the actress, and of course what happened to these actors after the show. It's just, yeesh, yeesh, sorry, but yeah. But you know, I grew up in Nickelodeon, so and this series is talking about nostalgia stuff, but I'm just gonna talk about this show anyway, and that's iCarly, a show that I remember used to be obsessed with when it first aired, honestly. I used to be obsessed with iCarly. Like, of course, there was a big show, Minnie Cosgrove, who played Megan, and Drake and Josh was going to be the standout lead character in the show. And this was also around time on YouTube, starting to become like huge and big at the time. Like this is where we get into what we can expect from YouTube and the culture and what has the platform become. Like, this is definitely one of those shows that was definitely ahead of its time. I'm saying, it's like the weird things of the show and the randomness humor. It's a show that honestly has aged pretty well, honestly, in terms of the way you expect internet culture and how people really act. Like, I mean, there's only one episode where someone admits their friend wasn't that funny, made friend quit, and they end up being hated for it. It's like, that's so, while it's very rude and mean-spirited, that's so relatable to internet culture. Which is strange, like, only as old boys they do in that episode, but basically, because the iCarly is, the show is basically about Man Carly, played by Man Cosgrove, who acts in Israel Town show, her best friend Sam, played by Jim McCurdy, and her also her best most friend and kind of left into the show Freddie, played by Nathan Kress. Started to start her own web show, which is like silly rant. Again, this was the story. Yeah, I think this was when the story. I believe this is probably when the start when Nickelodeon started getting towards more LOL random humor, which was definitely a huge thing at the time, and maybe kind of still is to an extent, but it was definitely huge in the late 2000s and especially the 2010s. And I grew up with all the shows, so I definitely get a lot of humor. Like, and I'll talk about that humor in a bit, but basically, the started a web show and became so popular and deal with all the ups and the downs after, you know, experience. And of course, experience with a lot of the ups and downs of internet culture and just, you know, life in general. Find out you also got Spencer Shea, Carly's older brother, played by Jerry Trainer, who of course we know from Crazy Steve from Drake and Josh. And someone else also getting a chance to stand out as well. You also got Noah Mark, who of course is Gibby, who basically is a recurring character in the first few seasons, but ends up becoming a more prevalent character in later seasons. And you also got Freddy's overprotected mom, Marissa Benson, played by Maya Shear. And you also got Lubert, who's the terrible doorman. You have a Papa Man who, after an incident involving Carly, which she tried to kiss him, she basically becomes a nemesis. Tebow, who is the only of the groupie Smooth, the rest of they always go to. And he always peels Brandon fruit on a stick, which is crazy. Then you also got Principal Franklin, you got Chuck, played by Ryan Ocha, Benita Briggs, and the crazy affair Nora. Like, yeah, I'll say this show definitely delivered in terms of characters, because the supporting cast is definitely pretty great. And of course, this show also had a revival series that aired in 2021, but I'll get to that later on in the video. So what am I talking about iCarly now, honestly, even despite, you know, what happened? But honestly, I think the show still holds up pretty well, actually. Again, despite a lot of the questionable aspects, and when you know certain things involving like Dan Schneider and everything, and when you know his actions, and some shit on this show, especially with his feet, like, and of course a lot of the humor as well. like before, I call the show that honestly was way ahead of its time. This was around 2007. I think it's when YouTube started to become a little popular, but not as popular as it is now. Popular is around the time YouTube started becoming huge and insane, and here's a lot of aspects that YouTube culture is and internet culture is in general, and it embraces that, and it definitely delivers on all those fronts. Despite that, you get a really good, likable cast of characters. Of course, you got Carly Shay, who, well, just have the most interesting personality in the world. The amount of whose charisma makes her her own. Stan Puckett, to, well, she's together than Nolan would be like a terrible, unlikable asshole. She's embraced by Jim Carrey's really great acting, and she just shown to have like very heartwarming character moments. And again, you really love Jim Carrey in the show, especially, you know, once she was treated for the show and how she with her mom, but that's a whole can of worms for another day. I remember like a book she read, and then My Mom Died, I believe it was called. For more information on that. And then you got Nikki Kress, plays Barry Benson, who basically is also a good friend of Carly, but also has an unrequited love for Carly, which is kind of a big plot line throughout the entire series. Where there's a lot back and forth about that relationship, and them kind of getting together at one point, and it's in a sort of back and forth throughout the show. So, and all three really do have great chemistry. They all have great back and forths, and the fights they have are very realistic and interesting and fun to watch, mostly because of the charisma between all the actors. And then you got Spencer Che, who is, Spencer is my favorite character in the show. Again, he kind of embraces a lot of the crazy random humor in the show, but it's embraced a lot thanks to Jerry Trainor's performance. And I'm gonna say this, Jerry Trainor is one of the most underappreciated actors of all time. Like, he's the one that doesn't get a lot of the credit he deserves. Like such a Nickelodeon actor especially, he is like one of the best. Like, he's never very over the top and everything, but it's over the top in the best possible way. He does it very naturally to where you still see him as a kind of a real person. But of course, he was a very zany, weird character, but he embraces that. I mean, it's kind of the reason why Crazy Steve ends up becoming a very interesting. Like, he's the reason why Crazy Steve is honestly one of the most fun characters in Jack and Josh, and why his character is still referenced and still a gag even to the other shows to this very day, because he is that good. And also, like the relationship with Carly for the show, they have a nice, like, brother and sister dynamic. You know, his relationship with even Stan and Dre throughout the show as well, even Gibby. And a lot of plans are very fun, hilarious, and just can't help but smile whenever he's on screen. That's great. Because again, a lot of the next to Jerry Trainor's great performance. Again, he is one of those actors that does not get the credit that he deserves. But he's definitely one of the best Nickelodeon actors that we have gotten. We also got Gibby, who's a character that basically becomes a recurring character in the first 3 seasons. He's just the weird guy that just ends up taking his shirt off randomly. But you can add to the randomness humor of the show. But he's one that becomes the more interesting, likable character the more he's introduced, and he had some pretty fun moments throughout the show. And of course, got fun supporting because, like I mentioned, when Marissa Benson played by Mary Shear, who acts insanely overprotective at points, but I think that just deeply cares about his son. And she does have she's definitely someone that should be like a very unlikable character, but it's more embraced by the performance. Same with Lubert, because the actor plays him just pretty hilarious, and Neville. T-Bow's also one of my favorite supporting characters in Nickelodeon, because the actor plays, I think, Boogle, as I believe his name is, like, yeah. So, again, the show's just so a lot of fun, honestly, and when you take away a lot of stuff, it's still a lot of fun, mostly because of the characters and the actors. This was a show that definitely was a very popular show, and a very, I don't know, a lot of reviews and everything. Like, there was definitely a lot of fun aspects of the show. Again, Spencer's a highlight in every episode he's in. He has some fun plot lines and storylines throughout the show. And the show has a lot of one-out specials, even like a movie, I Go to Japan, where they go to Japan. And the show is very, very, very like randomness in terms of the humor. Again, this really started that random humor stuff to show, where basically just like put like a random thing on the screen to expect you to like laugh, and just random shit thrown on the screen, and random sayings, and just random. It's not keep saying random, but that's what's great about the humor of the show, and a lot of the shows, the Nickelodeon and even a lot of shows I've done from this era to the 2010s, especially in 2010s. But ICarly, I think, was one of the biggest things in terms of, and I think it does actually pretty right, honestly, because while it is very random, it's afraid to have very heartwarming and emotional moments with these characters. Hell, I would say that this show probably has one of the best finales in any Nickelodeon show, which I go by being it. Like, I don't know what I would say is the best Nickelodeon series finale, but this show is definitely up there. Not there, and of course, we have a continuation and revival of the show, but this will be the end of ICarly. And of course, it goes Costume and Cats, which I'll talk about in a bit. It would only be a perfect ending to this type of show. So, and the webcast stuff is pretty hilarious and charming, and of course the ups and downs of having a web show and having a live audience and everything. And he's played that pretty well, honestly. And like a lot of the stuff is like, oh yeah, I totally get this. So this is so relevant. It's just still relevant to this day. Again, it's a show that feels way ahead of its time. And of course, the show aired on September 8th, 2007 from November 21st, 2012. Yeah, I watch a lot of these episodes constantly. Some episodes that can still reference and run in the back of my mind to this very day. And again, a lot of that definitely is thanks to the actors and the people involved in the show. And again, which is weird to say because, again, the creator and what goes on with these actors, especially Jim McCurdy and Dan Schneider, again, it is very off-putting, honestly, really think about it, but you know, the show still does have a lot of heart. Even when no one happened, also the theme song Legal to me is still one of the best theme songs in any Nickelodeon show. I stand by that. And that's pretty much all I can say about ICarly. It's a very random show done right. And of course, after this, we got the whole Sam and Cat show that came out a year later, where Sam and Jim McCurdy ends up on a show with Cat from Victorious, who I will talk about Victorious in a later video as well. And the show is fine, honestly. I don't think I don't like it, honestly. Even when I first did, honestly, I just watch it with regular because I like these characters. It do have its moments, but yeah. And of course, we got the revival series that came out, I believe, in 2021, honestly, which ended up getting canceled after 3 seasons, which I will say, I actually really like that revival series, honestly. While it's the math starts with the greatest, I really like how they tried to mature up the characters, and also I know some sorts of not reveal happen, but there was some stuff that if you wanted to see from the show for a long time, you're like, yes, 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 yes. And again, it's a show that really embraces the whole web show stuff pretty well. And you get a lot of appearances from you can get a lot of random appearances from a lot of characters, like Norton ends up appearing again on the show, Neville Pappenman, Principal Franklin. You can get some random appearances from one-time characters, like this James Manzo character, who's a character that Carly had a crush on, and then he accidentally fell off the elevator towards, and now Gym Teacher there is like, yeah, like a lot of random characters that end up appearing in random stuff in the show. Like, and I wrote this show, and honestly, I wish it got like a better ending, if I'm being honest. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that thinks that, but yeah. But that's pretty much all I can say about ICarly. I've always wanted to do a video on the show at some point, so I hope you'll enjoy me talking about ICarly. Let me know your thoughts on ICarly down in the comment section. We're not talking about the whole what goes on in this show, but let me know your thoughts down below. What are your favorite episodes? What are your favorite characters? Definitely let me know down below in the comment section. Again, well, I'm gonna try to do more videos on Nickelodeon at some point. I plan to do one Dragon Dash at some point too as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Always be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to follow all my social media sites down below in the description. I'm Samuel World from Samuel Productions. I will see you next time as always. Stay cool, but peace.